Welcome to day 2 of Ground Pass on site from the Dallas Open. Welcome. I want to show you my shirt. It is the shirt from Rich Sport that says busy watching women's tennis, and that's how I spent my morning. I spent my morning busy watching women's tennis, and I know I'm at the Dallas Open, an ATP event, but the match between Victoria Mboko and Mirra Andreeva in the WTA 1000 in Doha, chef's kiss. Like, just so good, and a really nice way to start the morning. So I thought this would be the perfect shirt to rock. I am back. It is currently 20 past 11, so in about 40 minutes, matches will start for the day session. And it's a pretty packed day, especially for off-season athletes. Right now over here is the grandstand court. It's the second court at the Dallas Open. It's probably where I'm going to spend most of my day. The first match on is Quinn is going to play first, and he is playing against Trevor Svida. We talk about Trevor's brother Zachary Svida a lot. I have never actually watched Trevor Svida play, so this will be a first for me. And then followed by Eliot Spizzirri, who got a wild card into the main draw, so he didn't have to play qualifying, and he is going to be playing against James Duckworth. So two interesting matches going on the grandstand, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. Yesterday was a pretty lovely day. As you know, we have a documentary series called Off Season, and I have been following the off-season players as they have progressed this season. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep filming. So now that they are in the States for the U.S. Spring Swing, I'm following them around and going to be sort of documenting their journey through the U.S. Spring Swing. So a lot of what I did yesterday was sit down and interview Eliot and Ethan, and also I filmed them practicing. They both practiced together yesterday, which made it easier for me, so I didn't have to do like two different practices. But it was really nice catching up with them after what a great Australian Open they had, and then for Ethan Quinn going on to the Davis Cup and doing so well there as well. So stay tuned for all of that footage from the U.S. Spring Swing. It's going to be a little tough this time because I'm doing it on my own, but I'm excited to see the footage that I can put together from this time. What else is happening? Oh, well, so yesterday was a pretty fun day. The first match was against Lerner Tien and Marin Cilic. And Marin Cilic, I mean, the age difference between those two, Tien is in his 20s and Marin Cilic is 37 now. He notched his 600th win on tour. That's 600 win on tour, which was really awesome. So he's into the second round. Unfortunately, Lerner Tien is out, and I believe Lerner is actually, I'm not really sure. I actually don't think. Last year he played Del Rey. I don't know if he's going to be playing Del Rey this year, but either way, he will be for sure at Indian Wells, so excited to see him there later on during this swing. We also had Taylor Fritz playing yesterday, and I think it was actually really cool. The tournament is sponsored by Boss, which is his clothing sponsor, and they really went all out for Taylor. So they were giving people, he was first on in the night session, and they were giving people, the Boss headband that he kind of made popular by wearing it upside down while playing Novak Djokovic. What a moment. And it's so cool because the brand has sort of like embraced that. They had this little like sort of card. If I can find a photo of it, I'll put it up here in the screen. But they had like a card of how to wear, your headband and like how to tie it and everything. And one of the points there is like, make sure it's right side up. But they gave everyone who came in a headband and like a little like card with Taylor's face on it to cheer on. So I'll put photos and footage that I have of people all wearing that Boss headband. So that was pretty cool. This is a very, small, cute event. It was packed last night. I went into the fan zone and there was music playing and bands and there were kids everywhere, kind of like participating in all the serving games and things like they had there. So it's a very vibrant tournament, but also super compact. Like, once you're in this space, like that's it. Like this is everything. There is the fan zone area is like a small tent on the outside, which is like you enter in from there. But yeah, otherwise it's like so small and contained, and it's indoors, which yesterday it was cloudy all day and cold. I know we're in Texas, but it was cold and then it rained. So if this was an outdoor tournament, the vibes would have been totally different for sure. But because it's indoors, you could kind of keep everything going with no stoppage. The matches did go long during the day. It ended with Ben Shelton winning his match against Gabriel Diallo. He made it quick because the day session had gone long, and the night session started just a bit later. So yeah, I left site in the middle of the first night match. So I watched the first two sets of the Taylor's match, and then I left because it was getting really, really late, and it looked like the second match, which was against Rafael Hodar and Denis Shapovalov, would go long. It did not go long. Denis Shapovalov is looking really, really good. And as the defending champion, I think he has a lot of points to defend here. So we will see how his journey continues. That is it for. Oh, you know what I did want to talk to you guys about though, about the layout, and I will put some image here, like a video here of the space so you can get an idea. But this is grandstand, which is where I'm going to be spending most of my time. The seating that you see behind me here is all for grandstand, and then there's kind of like kind of a clubhouse, makeshift clubhouse where the VIPs can go sit and stuff, and it's glass so you can watch from there out into the grandstand as well. And then of course we've got the center court, and then practice courts are right in front of me here. So it is a super chill setup. We're not talking the views of Indian Wells here. Like this is not an aesthetic, kind of like picturesque location. It's very much giving the vibe of the Miami Open, which is a stadium within a stadium. But they do a really good job. They do a really good job for what they have here. So this is my quick update from day 2. Excited to see what day 3 brings. And again, let me know what you guys want to know. What do you want to see? Do you have any specific questions about the tournaments? We've been getting some questions, and I kind of ran a Q&A on our Instagram, so I'm answering those as we go along. But highly, highly recommend if you are in the area looking for somewhere to come and you live in the South, this is a pretty good tournament to attend with a very stacked field. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.